Oh my god.
We live, so hey y'all, hey, it's another episode of Bonafide Her Podcast featuring the one and only Miss Kennedy Coradini.
Hey guys, thanks for having me today.
Of course, I have to make sure to get all my peoples from the athlete con, because to always provide a space for everybody to have a story, because everybody has a story, and I just want to be able to provide a space for you guys. So yes, ma'am. And you slay all day, girl. You gotta show the nails too. Gotta show the nails for the nail cam. So yes, yes.
Guys, I'm so excited to be on her podcast. I watch her stuff all the time.
Oh, I may cry a little bit afterwards. But let's get it started. So, Miss Kennedy, can you tell us how you got to where you are in your sports story?
So, how far back are you wanting?
Girl, the floor is yours. You can go back as far as you want. So the floor is yours.
So, my track story wasn't really supposed to even be a thing. So, in high school and middle school, I grew up playing basketball and boxing. So, I was a boxer. My plan was I was gonna finish high school and then like give my time to boxing like almost full time. Like that's what my plan was. That's what I was gonna do. That's what I was ready to do. I was ready to commit for that. And then my eighth grade year of fall, my mom was like, "You need to do something in your off season for basketball." And I was like, "Mom, like I have boxing." She's like, yeah, but you're gonna go from basketball and boxing to just boxing. Like you can't just drop one. Like it's not. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I show up and I was kind of nervous because I just went straight to. We didn't have a middle school team at this time. My school now has a middle school team, but like back then track was not big at all. So we just had a high school team. So I took my little self in there and I was like, yeah, look, I'm here for track tryouts or whatever. He was like, awesome. So I went out there with the sprinters and we're like halfway through like my first practice and he goes, you're built. And I was like, okay, like when you're in eighth grade and you're a girl, it's not something you're looking around going, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh, thanks. So I was like, okay. And he's like, why don't you try to throw? Throw what? What are you throwing? He's like, yeah, like shot put. Like, I'm like sitting here like, what is he talking about?
Come a little closer for the audio is going in and out. I'm so sorry. So
I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, like go over there. There's maybe a group of kids that are gonna help you. They're all older. We don't have a coach. I'm like, how are you gonna throw in casually? We don't have a coach. And I'm like, okay, like I got this. Like I'm like, it's something new. I'm very much somebody that like likes new things. Like yes, I'm a creature of habit, but I love to go try new things. So I was like, okay, like let's do it. So I go over there and I introduce myself, and they're like, what are you here for? And I was like, oh, throw. I'm like, so they like taught me like the basics. We're not even inside, so we're not even throwing anything. We're just we're just practicing getting things figured out. So um, we're in there, and I'm like, this is kind of odd because obviously at this point, like I still don't know what it looks like outside. I don't know that there's a rink. I don't know that there's a sector. Like I don't know anything. And they're like, yeah, like you're gonna be really good at this. Okay, awesome. So eighth grade year rolls around. I start making really fast progress. Um, lifting has always been something that I loved, which definitely helps in our sport. So I think with that background already, because I trained at a place here called what is that? Why am I blanking on that? I'll remember it in a minute. But I trained at a warehouse here, and oh, Bowling Green Powerhouse. It's awesome. And so lifting had always been like in my blood, and it was like easy to just push it through to my throws. Like it was easy to like connect the two. And so eighth grade year rolls around, start making progress. He moves me up to varsity. And I'm like, oh wow. Mind you, I'm still like 5'2" at this point. There's no reason my tiny self should be out there rolling around with these girls. There's a picture I'm thinking of in my head, and it's of me, and then I'm standing in a group where like my head is here and all their heads are here, and I'm just out there, like I'm balls to the wall in this. And so I made regionals. I played district my junior year, and regionals didn't make it. But then I came back. I lettered eighth grade for high school, and I came back freshman year. I was like, all right, like now that I have this down, we're gonna roll with it. So my best friend started to come to practice with me, Kyla, and we still had no coach. And all the kids that had just taught me how to throw had graduated. So it was just me and Nyla. We didn't have anybody. So we got on YouTube, and day after day after day, we would record each other. We would look at the phone. We would go on YouTube. We would learn more throws, and then we would watch each other in the real. And me and Nyla are not. There's no expertise. We're just looking at each other and going, that doesn't look right. I don't know what's wrong, but it doesn't look right. And so we're just going off of that. We're building off of that. And it became our swing and glide. And I don't know how familiar you are with like the glide, the spin, but we're still doing the glide and shot put. And I'm like, oh no. And so we go to this meet, and I'm like ready to roll. Like I have a rational confidence. Like I'm like, let's do this. There was no coach involved. Like we're doing this. And I get there and I see this girl spin. And I'm like, well, what was that? And so, sure enough, me and Nyla turn around. We get back next week at practice and we learn to spin. And we taught ourselves to spin. We taught ourselves how to spin, shot, and disc. No coach needed it. I mean, we were just really out there. And, like, sure, at meets, there would be coaches that would come up and help us, knowing that, like, we didn't have a coach. Like, the coach was in my area. There was nothing you could do about it. There was no source of coaches that needed it. And so we eventually started getting really well, and me and Nyla started gaining attention throughout like the district, the region, just trying to because people were kind of baffled that we were making like these big strides with no coach. Coaches would like come in and out of our lives, but it'd be for like a week at a time, and then they'd be gone again. They'd have something come up, which was like really, it was really like unfortunate for us, but at the same time, like it taught us so many lessons, like to rely on each other, to believe in ourselves, like to know that we were going to get it done either way. And then at this point, I'd quit basketball my freshman year, and I'd started to focus on boxing and track. Boxing and track, the like main, like as my main sport. And so it became every day after school I would be at track from 2 to 4, and then from 4:30 to 8 I'd be at boxing, and that would be how my afternoon looked every day of the week on repeat. I was there constantly, even if it was by myself. Like Tyler couldn't make it. Tyler's one of the smartest people I think I know. She's at Vanderbilt now, but she would have like academic stuff after school, so I'd be out there alone some days. But like it was believing in my like we were gonna we were gonna do it because the next second I'm gonna prove them wrong. They're like, oh, she doesn't have a coach. Oh, where's your coach? Like some of the things girls would say in high school when they would find out you didn't have a coach were kind of baffling. But then it like fueled my fire to be like, yeah, okay, watch me. And like it would definitely like boost my like it would just boost my confidence to prove them wrong. And so the senior year rolls around. I'm still not sure that I want to do track in college. I'm still kind of up in the air because I got offers junior year, but they were smaller. I was like, I'm not. That's not a route I want to go. If boxing's still on the table, and so then senior year rolls around, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I've gone on these visits. I've traveled. Like, we went and met all these coaches, and I'm just like, I don't like something wasn't sitting right, and I was like, no, like I gotta wait. Like I can't just pull the trigger. I gotta wait. And so my coach from my sprint coach, the head track and field coach, funniest guy ever. His name is Henry Barnett. He texted me one day after practice, and he's like, he texted me during the day after school, and he was like, please tell me you're practicing after school. And I was like, I'm always after school. Like, what do you mean? He's like, there's somebody that's gonna come talk to you. And I'm like, okay, okay, like, what do you want me to do here? And then I get a text, and it's, hey Kennedy, it's Brent Chumbley from Western Kentucky Track and Field. Like, are you free after practice to talk? Yeah, I'm free. Let's chat. So, like, yes. And so I go out there, I practice, and like he'd seen me around because obviously he lives in my town, but like we've never formally talked. I feel like that probably would have been illegal, but still, we've never formally talked anyway. And so, sure enough, I'm out there practicing, and I look up, and he's standing up by the field house, and I'm like fangirling because now that I know who he is, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh wow. So I get up there and he's like, so like, tell me about your practices and your lifts. And I'm thinking to myself, oh. I'm like, I tell him, I'm like, I'm honest with him. I'm like, I don't, I, I've never really had a coach. I usually do. I was straight up with him. And he was like, I'm gonna be straight up with you today. It's gonna take a lot, but like, if you give me a year, we can do this. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I want you to think about it, but like, it's gonna be different. You're gonna have a coach. You're gonna have a plan. You're gonna have practices that you're not gonna like. And I was like, I myself, I got this. Like, this is what I've worked.
It's all good, girl. I'm gonna tell you this. This podcast is raw and real, so there's gonna be bloopers and all that stuff. So, but your audio's almost in and out every whenever you speak. It's almost in and out.
So is yours.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No,
Okay.
you're okay. But yeah, so I went up and I talked to him, and he was like, if you give me a year, we can do this. He goes, it's not gonna be a fun year. It's not. I was like, okay. He's like, I want you to go home and I want you to really think about it. And I'm like, okay. So I go home and I text him and I literally just texted him, let's do this. And he goes, great. Then that roster spot's yours. And like inside, I'm panicking because I've never had a coach. I've never had a coach. I've never had like teammates that throw. Like I've had a few in and out, but never like people that cared about it besides Nyla. It was such a weird thing to think about. And so sure enough, I trained that summer and then I roll around, I get on campus and I had some practices that were not fun. I had some lifts that were not fun, but like he made it fun. Like he made the place. Like he was genuinely such a good person. It was just so surreal that he was like my first official coach. It was like the best first official coach I probably could have ever asked for, and I don't know what I would ever do without him. Like he taught me so many things and so many lessons that like I never would have thought of. You know what I mean? So freshman year rolls around. I sat out majority of that year. I think I only did 3 meets, and they were more just like practice meets for me, just to get the gist of things. Because he put me in a new event. He put me in javelin when I got there as well, which was kind of just like to see how I did. And then I ended up doing okay in that my first year. And then, are you wanting me to talk about my injury?
Girl, it's up to you. It's all. It's. Like I said, the floor is yours. It's up to you.
So then freshman year stops, summer rolls around. I'm getting in such good shape. Like there's boxing shape and then there's track shape. And there's like they run really similar, but like there's a good like gray area where you definitely need to wean it towards track. And so I'd finally gotten to that point. I was hitting all the right like I was hitting my weight goals. I was hitting like everything that I needed to do was falling into place. So sophomore year rolls around. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll. I'm like, let's do this. And practices start looking really good. And I remember there was like a throw that I threw out there and it was really stormy. And he was like, he's standing out there and I see him in his raincoat. And I throw it and all you hear is him go, yeah. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm on the right track. Like, this is what I needed. And then September last year, I was lifting in the weight room. And we were doing core, of all things, core. And I like when you do sit-ups, you like move on the floor.
Yes.
Like, where you're at. Well, I'm not all that big. I'm not. I like now I wish I weighed more when I was doing that because that probably would have helped me. But I was doing sit-ups with a 45. And I'd moved backwards and I came down and hit the bolt that was on the floor that holds the weight rack in. And so when I hit there, I kind of went out and dropped the plate I was holding on my head as well. And so it kind of hit again. It was not. I took 3 hits to the head that day, none on purpose. It was just a bad series of events. Of course, at this point, like I'm still in the mindset, I still need to prove myself. Like, sure, you can get recruited JUCO, D3, D2, D1, NAI, whatever. You still have to prove yourself every day. Like there's somebody out working you every day. So I get up and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what just happened? Like I feel groggy, but I'm like, all right, keep going. So I keep going. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, it hurts. It'll be fine. Because nobody thinks that when you hit your head. You're not like, oh, it's the end of the world. So I go home that day, I throw up, and like I still didn't think much of it. So I didn't say anything. So I go to practice the next day. We're chilling. We're fine. This was on a Tuesday. Wednesday practice was fine. Thursday practice was fine. I get the Thursday lifts, and I have a lift partner. His name's Dev. But like I got up from a set of front squats that normally move really fast, and it was just so hard for me that day, and I like couldn't see, like it was dizzy, it was blurry, like I wasn't standing good, like it was just awful. He goes, you need to sit down. I'm like, why? And he goes, you don't look right, like are you okay, like what's going on, like that didn't move like it should have. And I'm like, I'm at this point I've forgotten I've hit in my head. So like I like completely I've like lost recollection of the whole Tuesday. And so I'm like, no, like I'm good. I must have like I ate today. Like we're like me and him are like best friends. So we're going back and forth. We're like, really, like what's wrong? Like think. And I'm like, nah, I gotta be good. So I finished the workout. Friday morning I wake up and I can't move my neck or my head. So I'm laying there and I have this friend named Grace. And I always was on campus by 9. And so I was always up at 7. And obviously, like when you get up, you're gonna text or snap your friends. So like she hadn't heard from me, and she called me. And so like I hear my phone ringing, and I have like the internal clock where I'm up early if I don't want to be up early. Like there's nothing I can do about it. It just happens. And so I get up. No, I don't get up. What am I saying? And so I hear the phone ringing, and I like try to get up, and I can't move. So, like my chest will go up, but like this is just hanging out back here. And I'm like, maybe I'm not up yet. Like I don't know. So I reach over and try to grab my phone, and I go, Grace, and she goes, Kennedy, you know it's 9 o'clock, right? And I'm like, what am I? I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, it's not. And I look, and I like pull the phone up. I'm like, 9 o'clock. Horribly wrong. I don't sleep this late ever. I can't move my head. And I tell her, I was like, Grace, I have a migraine. And she's like, okay, you normally get migraines when it's like the weather changes. I said, Grace, I can't move my head. I'm gonna try to go back to sleep, and it's gonna be good when I wake up because I'm very stubborn. She goes, no, you're not. I said, what do you mean, no, I'm not? And like, I'm gonna call Sam, which is our athletic trainer. And I'm like, no, like, don't call Sam. I'm just gonna go back to sleep. She goes, can you move your head? I was like, well, yeah, but it's gonna be fine. And she's like, can you call Sam Ryan? So I call Sam. I have a migraine. My head's not moving all that well. Sam's like, get in here. Like, let's get this taken care of. Like, we need to figure out what's going on. So I now listen. I had no idea what was going on, so it wasn't the smartest medical move on my part. But I grab my head and I pop it both ways, like like just trying to regain feeling, just trying to like feel it to the point where I'm like not feel like I'm gonna fall over backwards. And so I get up, I take Advil, and I get in my car, and like the only thing holding my head up was that backrest part of my car. So I'm like sitting there like this, like looking at the road. And I get to campus, and by the time I make it into the training room, like there are just tears coming down my face. Like it is just a pain that I've probably never felt in my life. And I lay down on the table, and like my head, it was like I had no control. Like it would just kind of fall on its own, and there was nothing I could do about it. So it was really weird. And so Sam's like, "We got to get you to the doctor." So I'm laying on the table, I'm not moving. We're gonna wait for people to get here, and then we're gonna go. So we go to the doctor. The doctor's like, "It's just a severe concussion. Like, do you remember hitting your head?" And it took everything in me, but like parts of the week started coming back slowly. I was like, okay, like maybe on Tuesday I did, because like I just remember not knowing much about Tuesday, so it was the only thing that made sense. I was like, maybe Tuesday is like I don't know, because like my pupils gone, they were just gone. Sound hurt, lights hurt, everything hurt. And she's like, yeah, severe concussion. Take the week off. Like we're gonna get you back in. Like it's gonna be okay. You just need to rest. So they send me home. Send me home. I go. I take the week off. Um, and I come back the following week after. And she's looking at me. She's like, your neck is still swollen. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that's about. And they think it's just me. They at this point they thought it was just because my neck muscles had locked up to protect my head when I took the first hit. So they're like, yeah, like let's try some moving cupping. work all that out, which normally works if that is what's wrong. What we didn't know is the reason my neck was swollen was because the brain bleed had traveled down and was sitting in the base of my neck. So we're in there, and she puts the cup on, she puts it like right up here, and she starts to move it around, and I start to spasm, like my back twitches, and I'm like, that's weird. And so like my good friend Hunter Coslow's on the table next to me, and he's like, what are you doing? I said, don't look at me like that. Like, what do you mean, what am I doing? Like, let me live. And so she's like, Kimmy, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm good. Get it out. Like, I wanted to be back at practice. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm like, we got this. Let's just get through it. So she starts doing it more, and my back just takes over my whole body, and it just starts to spasm down like my spine. And then my arm started to flail, and it turned on to like a whole like convulsions. Like I was like rocking back and forth. My arms were flailing. I was just my head was everywhere. It was awful, and I couldn't control any of it, which was the worst part. And I just didn't have control over my body, and so her cousin sitting there and said, "Oh, it looks like you're on 10." And I'm like, "You stupid idiots! Like I cannot even feel anything right now. Help!" So Sam sends like them home. They put me into a separate room, and like I'm still like shaking, like I'm still convulsing, and they're like, They call my the doctor that what is the word diagnosed me with a concussion. They call her, and she's like, "No, like she just hit her head. Like she needs to go to the ER. Like this isn't normal." We get there, and I'm still having a stroke. So the stroke has lasted 2 hours now. And I'm still convulsing. So they give me muscle relaxers, and they're like, we need to do tests tonight. We're gonna have to do tests in the morning. We're gonna have to admit her. And so like everybody, it was kind of weird because like everybody started showing up like it like nobody, but it was like everybody had like this fear. Like, people are that's what everybody felt when I would see them. Like it's like nobody knew what was gonna happen or how long I had. Because I was 19 and I just had a 2 hour long stroke. Like it's not something that happens. It's not. And so all they admit me upstairs to the actual hospital. I'm still like this arm probably shook like this for probably 4 hours that night. Like would just twitch. Like it would just do whatever it wanted to. And so they all come into my hospital room and everybody just looks scared, and it kind of made me sad. But I think like once people realized that like I didn't want to spend like because we didn't know how long I had. Like you don't know when stuff like that happens. You don't know how long it is. Like the doctors even said when we got admitted, they're like it doesn't look great. She doesn't look good. She doesn't look great. She looks like it looks bad. And so and all my teammates are in there, and then she started. They started doing like karaoke, which none of them can sing that well, but they were, mind you, they were singing. And so they spent a lot of the night there, and then they headed out. And then my best friend spent the night with Matt. It was just like the whole goal was make it through the night. That was the whole goal. The whole goal was just make it to the morning. They'll get the test done. We'll figure out what's wrong. So day 2 rolls around. They run tests. They're like, on day 2, all my teammates come back. They're like, how are you feeling? Still shaking. I'm still having these episodes. Like I had 9 strokes in 3 days. I'm pretty sure. I think it was up there. And so we were in the room the second night. They're like, the neurologist like just got your test back. He'll be in the morning. So day 3 rolls around, and at this point, I am sick of this place. I don't care. Like I'm just like you just lay in that bed and you just feel defeated. Like you can't leave. You don't know what's wrong. Like you just feel defeated and alone. And obviously, I had my parents. Obviously, I had my teammates. Obviously, I had my coach. But like I just didn't know. Like why was I having strokes? I'm 19. Why couldn't I control my body? Like just so many questions. And the neurologist rolls in there the next day, and he's like pacing, and he's making me nervous. I'm like, if anything, I should be making you nervous, and now you're making me no. And so he sits down on the couch, and he kind of like sets himself up like this, and I was like, well, this is never good. I was like, go ahead and tell me, like this doesn't look good. Like I'm freaking out. He's like, it's safe to assume with everything that you did have a brain bleed. And I've never heard of this before. So I'm sitting there looking around like I just want somebody to explain what it means. And so my mom's panicking. Like you just see my mom's face like go ghost. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And so it wasn't fun. They kept me there for another day. I saw the PT. They sent me home. I had to sleep downstairs here for weeks. I couldn't drive for weeks. Like everything. Like everything. It was just my life was put on hold. Everybody was worried. Everybody was scared. Like I had help showering for 3 days. Like it was just I was my body wasn't my body. Like I wasn't in charge of it. It's the oddest thing you can feel at 19 because you're in your teens. Go live your life. Go do whatever. Go be crazy. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move. And so I started brain rehab with my a week after I'd gotten home from the hospital. She did a few house visits. I would be dropped off at the room for a couple hours. And I'd spend time there because they'd have to monitor me after I did like minor workouts to make sure I didn't have strokes and stuff after. So I spent a lot of time in the training room. It was a lot of team bonding, but it wasn't a fun journey. And then, I guess I guess after I started to get better was probably around winter break. And I hadn't even met like the full rehab length yet, but I started to feel better. I started to do light like throwing exercises. I was feeling a lot better. I was moving around more. I was doing cardio. Like I was proud of myself because making an 100% recovery with something like this is not common at all. Like I think here's my thing is if you get injured, sure, it sucks. All of it's going to suck. But do you want to be better? Do you want to sit around? Do you want to mope about it? Do you want to pity yourself? Do you want to play victim about it? Or do you want to get better? Do you want to get back out there? And so I didn't sit around. I gave myself no time. I put myself back in rehab. I spent like 5 hour days at the training room. I would go sit out at practice. I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to quit. I wasn't going to give up. I was going to get back out there. Whether like it was going to happen next week or in a month, I was going to be out there. But I wasn't giving myself time to sit around and be sad about everything that happened. So we come back from winter break. I can throw again. I'm throwing. I feel great. It's like also, um, it's like giving your body that much of a break, like muscle wise as well, is also really good. As much as everybody hates to admit it, it is really good for your body to take breaks like that. So I finally get back. I start throwing again. He's like, "You're looking great. I'm so excited for outdoor season." And I'm like, I'm getting excited because like I'm ready. Because I'm like, it wasn't a setback. Like I got this. Like this is gonna be a great year. And then January 30th, I was at the library. I was at the library. Allie, can you put them out? So I was at the library that night, and I was at the library, and I was with my best friend Mac and one of my teammates, and we were there late because like I don't remember if it was like I don't remember what test we had, but two of us had tests that we were studying for. Anywho, I leave the library at like 11ish. I get home around 11:30, and I'm walking in my front door like through the foyer into like the bigger part. I don't know. So I'm like midway through the hallway, I get a call from Hunter Coslow, or maybe it was from I don't remember who it was from. And it's like, hey, like, what are you doing right now? And I'm like, nothing. Like, it's 11 on like it's cold outside and it's 11:30 at night. What do you mean? What am I doing? And they're like, well, who are you with right now? And I'm like, myself. Again, I tell you, it's 11 o'clock. Like, what do you mean? Who am I with? And he's like, I need you to go be with your mom. I'm like, why? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm thinking something's wrong with him. So I'm getting worried. And he goes, Coach Chumley passed away. And like, it was that moment of shock. Like, I still get chills even saying it. But like, it was the moment of shock where I was like, no, he didn't. I was like, that's like, he was one of those people that, like, in my head, he lives forever. He was going to be at my wedding. He was going to be my kids. Like, he was going to be everywhere. Like, I was excited for him to watch me do all these things in life. And you just told me he's gone. And sure enough, I was texting with his daughter, and she was like, "Yeah, like he didn't make it." I crawled to my like I couldn't stand. Like I started hyperventilating. My parents woke up. My parents were like, "What's wrong?" And like he was my first coach. Like, he was my first coach. And he was just gone like that. He was the first person to believe in me and believe that, like, even though I didn't have a coach, like, I he believed it. He believed in me. And so it sucked, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. I just crawled to my back door and sat there. And I think everybody was really extremely worried just because of the fact of how close we are. We both were in the same hometown, so it's like over breaks, like I'd go annoy him at his office. Like I'd go knock and be like, "Hey," and he'd go, "Hey." Like he was just so fun to be around. But like we definitely had a closer bond because of like how much I would go bug him, sit with him. And so my best friend came over and she's beating on the door and I like can't breathe. And so she comes in and then sooner than later everybody's here. And like it's 2 in the morning, all the throwers are here. We're all a mess. I don't think any of us were mentally okay for months. But it was the fact that we were all together. Like yes, it sucked, but it was like remembering all the good things he did for all of us. And it was seeing how much everybody loved him. And that night we all left my house and we went to be with the rest of the team. And that night we got a text and it said team meeting at 7 a.m. And I just remember like my heart sinking because I didn't want to get up and relive it. Like I didn't want to go to campus just for our AD to be like, he passed. Like I can't do that. And so we're sitting in this team meeting. I've yet to eat. I didn't eat for probably 72 hours. It was awful. I don't think a lot of people ate. I don't think a lot of people slept. I think a lot of people just sat there. Nobody knew what to do because the group he pulled together was definitely a group that you have to believe in to see progress. He all believed in all of us more than we believed in ourselves. And so we're all sitting there and we're in this meeting, like the AD comes in and they're like, so as you like know, Coach Trumbull passed away last night. It was just like it just all hit me and I couldn't breathe. And I look up and there's like three people on my team just looking at me and they look sad for me. And it's like because I saw him as like a second father. And it's just like I just felt like I didn't even know how to help people because I wasn't okay myself, but I wanted to be there for them. But it was like I didn't know what to do because I just felt like the world stopped. Like I didn't know what was going on. So for like a few like we took food to his wife and his daughter because me and his daughter are close. Like knowing that like this is what I felt, I was like, imagine what they like. You know what I mean? Like it's like sure you have it bad, but somebody has it worse. And like I felt my heart was so heavy for them. It was awful. And so nobody practiced for like basically the rest of that week. And then when I finally got out there, like I think throwing a javelin after that was one of the roughest things that I've ever had to like mentally go through because I just remember me and Dev being out there and all we could do was kind of look at him for like a few minutes. Like we just kind of like looked at him and like, no, I don't want to touch it. Like, are you gonna touch it? I don't want to touch it. But if you, I might. Like it was just awful. And so I remember I remember Dev praying over his, and I remember praying at mine. And it was just like as much as it sucked, it brought us all together. None of us fought for a while. We all just built off each other. They weren't going to bring another coach in. Now it was up to us. So, like as awful as it was, it brought us. So after after we got over the whole no week of practicing, like him passing, and like it was, I think the majority of us were in denial because it was like, nah, he'll be back next week. Like, don't worry about it. He'll walk in the door. Because I'm at this point, I'm still convinced like he was never gonna die. That was never in my book. Like he was great health. So I was just confused that day. And I think it just kept getting harder. Like my first meet where I threw really well sucked. Like it all sucked because he wasn't there to see. And so I knew he was with us though because our season started and everybody PR'd like that. Like it was PR after PR after PR. Well, like, oh, he's here. Like he's not here, but he's here. Like he's watching over us right now. So I was just so incredibly proud of I was just so proud of everybody. And at the home meet, I think over 80% of our team PR'd, and he was recognized that day. And I just know he's so proud of us. Like, everybody misses him. Like, I would do anything to have him back. But like, it's just knowing that he was there and he's been watching over us. And like, he's still here. He's just not here. So I don't know. I'm excited for next year. Next year is gonna be my first full year.
Yay!
I know. I'm excited. I know a lot of good things are gonna come from it. Um, I guess I'm ready, but it's been a battle. It has like it's not been easy, but I'm thankful for everything
Girl, when I tell you, like, the fact that you came back, they always say there's a saying, a minor setback brings that, leads to a major comeback. Like, the fact that you came back from a serious injury and, just girl, kudos to you because, like, and just to hear, like, for like your teammates to like rally around you like in like the probably like the most serious and traumatic event like that shows like you have like your teammates and it's almost like a community and family that surround you and that's like big time right there. um and my question for you is, you know I always say that athletes are humans first,
Yeah.
especially with, athletes' mental health.
Yeah.
So, for you as an athlete and a woman, how important is mental health?
Mental health is extremely important because mine hasn't been the best either. But what I will say is it's okay to get help. Like I think people are scared to reach out and ask for help when like you can talk to someone. You don't need to fight this battle alone. You're on a team full of people that love you. The people around you don't need to be scared. I know for a fact as a sports person talking, you you're not alone. And it's like really at the end of the day you have to think about how much you want to prove yourself. Like it's gonna come down to how bad you want it. But it's like sure things are gonna suck, but they're only gonna suck as long as like you dwell on them. Like you have to accept the fact that things pass and you need to move forward. But if you need help to do that, then do that as well. Things do suck. It's okay to suck. But like it really comes down to how it comes down to your goals and your priorities.
Yes, absolutely. Like, and it's crazy. It's like for me, like I always felt like I feel like people need to take athletes' mental health so seriously. Like, it needs to be like understood. Like, it needs to be like heard because a lot of people don't understand how athletes work, like how much work they have to put in daily, and like the scheduling, everything. Like, and it's just like, like I be like wanting to tell like the regular people, like you try getting up at 5:30 in the morning to do all this, and then you let me know how easy it is, cause it ain't easy.
No, it's not. I think people just need to realize that like nobody needs to be judged on athletic validation because we're all humans. Like you know what I mean? Like we all have such great qualities that our sport shouldn't define us.
Yes, cause, and also like for you, like with WKU, like, and you're coming back and you're about to play, like, compete in a full season. So my question for you is, you know, what are like the misconceptions about like mid-major competition, especially like, with you're at WKU, but like, what's the misconception of like mid-major colleges?
Like our level of D1.
Yes.
I think the major misconception is that like people are like, oh, they're just not at SEC, ACC level. But in reality, sure, some of us aren't. But we have those few people that want the coaches in the time that are spent here. Like, I feel, I'm not saying all, but I feel like some big colleges really emphasize that they're just athletes, they're not humans. Whereas if you take a step back where college, like for colleges that aren't plastered all over social media, all over the news, like you get more of a homey family feeling. And I think that's a major misconception is like we're not good enough when in reality we all have reasons for why we're here. And like we have there are I could name you countless of people on my team that could easily go and get scholarships at either ACC, SEC, like anywhere they wanted to, really. But it's because they like the coaches, they like the environment we have. It's not because we're not good enough. You choose the place that you commit to in college because it's where you feel like home, not because of the level.
Yes, because girl, like there's some dogs that come out of mid major, like the competition, like the big competitors, and to me, it's like, and it, I think you know what it is too. Another thing is like, yes, people want to go big, like the top major, but sometimes when there's people out there that like looking at you and believe in you, like, hey, whether it's D1, mid major D1 or D2, like if they see you and like want, they see the best in you and want to help you, like I would like take, let me take it. I would go for it. Like, especially,
If
go
you
ahead,
have people that believe in you, why wouldn't you go there?
girl. And I remember, and for those that don't know, so we both went to Athlete Con. Shout out to Sam Green for the Athlete Con because it was amazing.
Sam's an icon.
Yes, yes. So my question for you is, what was it like to be part of the Athlete Con 2.0? And like, what would you say? Like, would you say like it just inspired you, influenced you to continue to build the content as well as like help you learn more about the NIL?
Yeah, so I think I took something a little bit different from Athlete Con than a lot of people because I didn't, yes, I looked at it at the NIL, yes, I looked at the opportunities, but what I really took away the most is nobody cares. Post what you want to post. If they don't like you, they're going to unfollow you. If they like you, they're going to follow you. You don't need the dead weight anyway. Sam preaches, Sam is like, be yourself, post what you want to. If they like it, they're going to like you, they're going to follow you. You don't want to be fake. You don't want to post something that you're going to get people that don't have common interests because that wasn't the real you. And I think listening to Sam drill into my brain, be you, post whatever you want, post yourself, post yourself, post yourself, put yourself out there. And I'm thinking to myself in the back of my head, like, in the past, I've been terrified to post some videos. And just because either the way I looked, I was like, people are going to make fun of me. No, Sam was like, in two of the videos that I actually was debating on, I posted at AthleteCon and they kind of popped off and they were like drafts I had from a while ago, and I posted them finally after Sam was like, "Can you post that video?" I was like, "Okay, I'll post that video," and I posted it, and it did well. And I'm like, Sam is right. Like, no matter who you are, what you are, you're going to find a following that likes you, but you can't be dead weight to people that are going to make fun of you for something you're not. You know what I mean? So I think I took away more be yourself, post yourself, be true to yourself than like any of the NIL. I just took away don't be scared. Like you live once. What are you gonna do it? Like are you gonna regret something when you get older? Like you regret not doing it if anything.
That's big facts because for me, like, and I totally understand what you're coming from, like, especially like kind of like, should I post this and all this stuff? Because for me, like, I had barely post reels, especially like, I always felt like, dang, are they gonna, like, is people gonna engage it? Like, hopefully get the engagement. And then, like, for pictures, I'm like, I don't know when's the best time to post them and like trying to figure out the best pictures that will look like spontaneous. And it's like, so like, like shout out to Sam because she like, you know, like you said, like she's like post. And I feel like for her, like she's saying that post. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Cause I will say the right people will come along and all the dead weight will like just be deaded.
And also Sam's been in the game so long that like she sees something in all of us that we probably don't see in ourselves yet. So it's just the fact that I know she sees something. I just have to go find it. And like the second I find it, oh, you're gonna be sick of me. I'm gonna be posting all the time.
Oh, you know when you said that, I was like, oh, like you know that audio, like prepare to be sick of me, prepare to be sick of me. I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
That's cool. I was like,
that's me.
so my question for you is, what would you say? You mentioned that the coach you had that believed in you, you know, he was like the father figure that believed in you, recruited you. So my question for you is, what is something that, what is something like, whether it's a lesson or like um, a phrase or anything that you took away from him that like literally applied both on and off the field for you?
Oh my gosh, he said so much. Um, I think the main one that he's known for is he always says just like high school because like sure you're putting in work, but like you signed up for this. Like so he'd always say like we'd be struggling. He'd go just like high school because it's just like you look back on everything and it's just like you've made it. Like you wanted this. Like act like it's just like you know what I mean. Be free spirit.
And girl, you got a guardian angel around you with
Oh,
him.
I know he probably laughs at me some days though. It's a reality TV.
Oh. And first of all, can we say like we gotta tell you happy birthday because your birthday was like this month. And first of all, happy birthday because let me tell you something. For those that don't know, her content be slaying. Like the athlete con slayed, the birthday pic slayed. I was like, comment, cause honey,
You're awesome, bro.
I do my best. I do my
Also,
best.
also, my stuff may like slay in that aspect, but like your stuff is so relatable.
Oh.
Like I feel like that's another thing is like people don't understand is everybody's so different in what they post that like you need to go see what everybody has to offer because like I'll be reading your stuff, I say, yeah, she knew what I was thinking today. Like, that's what I think when I read your stuff sometimes. So
Oh, girl, let me tell you, it was crazy because um, I was like saying, I love sharing people's stories, or I mean, I love it, and I think to me, hearing other people's stories is so amazing. And then when I was like, oh God, it's the last day, and like learning from, I think it was one of the people they were talking about, I forgot which company it was, and I was like, I love hearing people's stories, I love sharing people's stories. And I was questioning, I was like, but like, what if you feel like, for me, like, I feel like ain't nobody want to hear my story. Like, it's not that interesting, but I love hearing people's stories. And then, like, and I was like, I don't want to cry. And then just started crying because I was like, I just like,
I
and it
remember.
was, I was like, oh my God. And like, I'm crying. And it was like, I'm so different. Like I was like, man, I'm so different, and it was so hard to like for me to open up sometimes because like it's so hard to have people that like I don't know if anybody would be relating to like what I've gone through, which is understandable, but it's like but like I said, I love sharing people's stories just because it's like for me, when I hear people share their stories, it brings inspiration to those that may like for those that can relate to that person. And like it's almost like a testimony. So I was like, I just love people sharing people's stories. And I was like, oh, it's like, but I was like, I don't think I would ever I don't think anybody would want to hear my story. And it's so crazy and all that stuff. So say what?
Just do it.
That's true.
Like
That's true.
what do you have to lose? What story could help somebody?
Say what? I'm sorry.
Your story could help somebody.
I try. I mean, hopefully. It's just I just like I don't know, like I just enjoy hearing people's stories, and I'm like, it couldn't. I feel like for me, it may be nerve wracking because it's like it's almost like for me the fear of being judged, the fear of being left behind.
Girl, then they didn't need to be here in the first place.
Say what?
They didn't need to be here in the first place.
Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. So, but I swear to goodness, I just want to say, I just really love your nails. I just like this is so cute. Like,
Thanks.
do you be playing? Do you be throwing the javelin with your nails too? Like,
Okay, these are my summer nails. So during season, this hand stays long, but this hand's short. So like these nails are shorter in season.
oh, because you throw with that hand.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. I was like, oh, it's like short, but this is the other one's
Gotta think about those things.
girl. I'm telling you, it's like all the female athletes that I've seen that wear like I know for me seeing like the basketball players where they're like wearing nails and they shoot and play. I'm like, kudos to you, because yes, like so I'm like, man, but it's always I feel like the best media day pictures are always the female athletes for me. I'm like, slay, 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 because they will put it on.
I have some media day pictures coming out soon, so stay tuned.
Yes, we love media day pictures. Yes, it's almost like a holiday. It's like, don't you just love
Yeah.
media day pictures, and it's like a holiday?
Because you get to see everybody's.
Yeah, and then like also like it's like sometimes they'll dress it up. People will get dressed up, and it's like okay, and then they'll like a Beauty and the Beast mode.
Yes. I love that. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course, and my question for you is, and this is like a two-part question. So, how would you describe your journey?
Okay.
And then also, Bonafide means authentic and unique.
Okay.
So, what makes Miss Kennedy Coradini Bonafide, and what makes your story stands out?
I think my personality makes me unique. I think my, as much as I hate to say it, I think my stubbornness definitely also plays a role in how unique I am, because I don't think I've ever taken no for an answer. Not in like that bad way, but like in the way of like, if somebody tells me I'm not going to be able to do something, it fuels me to the point where it's going to happen. It might not be today, but it's going to happen. And I think I run solely off of the whole people not believing in me aspect of my life, which like is not something that you commonly find. Like, but I think that is like the whole reason I do what I do some days is because I know people don't think I can do it, which is awful, but it's true.
Girl, that's the best motivations. Like, oh, you won't tell me no? Bet I'm a
God,
no.
who are you? Let's talk about it.
It's like for those that appreciate me before the world catch up. Thank you. I definitely
So,
thank you.
yes, preach.
So, but I always ask my guests to plug in their social medias, how they can find you. So, Miss Kennedy, can you let the folks know where they can find you and follow you, and if there's any upcoming events happening for you?
Yes, so you can follow me on Instagram at kins.coradini, and then on TikTok you can follow me at kinscoradini. There's no dot in it though, so you're chilling. Um, I think those are only two platforms I'm really on right now, but I plan to be on passes soon, so stay tuned.
Yes.
But I'll be on vacation soon, so lots of content coming.
Yes. We love content. We do. We love athletes. We love it. We just y'all follow the queen herself. Follow her at Kins.Coradini on Instagram, and then Kins Coradini on TikTok with no period. So be sure to follow her.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And y'all be sure to check out Bonafide her podcast episode 148.
Man.
Thank you. I'm doing my best. I'm trying. I'm working on it. So, but y'all be sure to check out the live replay of episode 148 featuring Kennedy Coradini afterwards.
Hey.
Yay! Thank you guys for tuning in. And big thank you to Miss Kennedy. You guys are so appreciated. Peace.